tonight.
Yes.
Obviously, it's in Tempe. He grew up in Scottsdale, but we'll just say in his home state. How do we feel, number one, about what Matthews is doing? We're going to get to the Hart conversation in a second. We talked about this yesterday. We were talking about he's on pace for 75.
Yeah.
At what point? What's the number? And when we look at the list, you're going to be kind of surprised at like guys who made it to that 75 milestone and didn't win most valuable players. So first and foremost, Weeksy playing Coyotes, who have lost 10 straight. What are you expecting from Matthews?
I expect him to get his 50. You know what? Knocking all 50s down. hey. Yep. I think he's going to.
I hope he does the Axl Rose little walk and swagger.
Yeah,
that'd be so sick if he does it. Back home in Arizona in AZ for the Arizona kid.
Yeah.
And there you see that ranking there in terms of the highest goal per game in a single season. So what Austin Matthews is doing is absolutely historic. It's amazing. He is such a unique player, such a gifted shooter. We have 8 billion plus people on the planet. Not one other person without his passport shoots like him.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is
Not
true.
one.
No.
Wow.
Of 8 billion people, he is the best goal scorer on planet Earth in hockey.
He is. He is. I mean, he's fun to watch, and what he's doing right now. I mean, remember a couple of years ago when what was the number? He had 60. What was it? 60.
What was
61,
it?
63, somewhere in that range, right? Whatever. That was like, oh, wow. We haven't seen this for quite some time, right? Like Stammer's gotten there,
Yep.
Ovi's gotten there. Like this doesn't happen. And then last year, Connor McDavid, I think, had 64. And like all of a sudden now, Austin's like, okay, I see that, and I'm going to raise you. And he's on this crazy pace right now. I think he gets 50 here. I think he does, just because the guy, when he wants to score, he just seems to score. You obviously want to score all the time. But
Sure,
you're going home, you're going to Arizona to get 50. I mean, that's storybook stuff.
You're going to call Hattie. Why not a Hattie?
Why not?
I
Well, he's got
mean-
6 Hatties already.
Exactly.
Right? Leafs franchise record of 6 Hatties in a season.
And
so
the whole conversation with this is where's he at in the Hart Trophy race?
Bingo.
And I don't think enough people are giving him enough love in that
I'd agree.
department. And when you're talking about potentially and see where he's at the end of the season goals-wise, look at the odds here. I mean, Nathan MacKinnon and Nikita Kucherov have been the 1-2 all season long. Connor McDavid, who I actually think will end up winning the Art Ross, is going to storm his way back. He's going to clearly be in that conversation.
I could see it. I
You
could see
agree
it.
that McDavid's going to win our rest?
I could see it.
But Austin, what he's doing, which is no knock to any of those other people on the board, you're not supposed to score 75 goals. It's 2024. Like,
exactly.
Not that 75 goals or 70 goals or 65, north of 65 was ever an easy thing. There's only a few people that have ever played the game that have done it, but it was done a lot more
Hasn't been done in a
frequently
minute. That's a
before,
great point.
whether it's the 80s, during that time.
Yeah.
No one does that anymore.
No.
And Austin is
He's
on that
doing it.
pace, and he's doing it. And the other point too is, and here we're looking at 75 plus goals in a season.
It's been a while.
Look at the Yellows did not win the Hart Trophy. How did Mario score 85 and not win the Hart? I know it's a topic in Pittsburgh that gets talked about a lot. But anyways, the point being here, no one does that stuff anymore. And what he is doing, and look at the Toronto Maple Leafs. If they, and I think storylines matter, Weeksy. If the Leafs barely get in, say they're a wild card team, I would think that would help his votes. Because you'd be like, oh, well, if Austin doesn't get those, they're not even making the playoffs.
The goals are that
now,
valuable.
if they continue to climb, which I don't think that they're going to catch Florida or Boston, maybe they can. Maybe that would take away some of that. Well, they got a good team already. They'd still probably be in the playoffs without his goals like that. But, storylines do matter, I think, for this award. But, Austin's been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, look, Nate MacKinnon has been, Nikita Kucherov, those guys have been otherworldly, of course, and same with Connor McDavid, who could very well close the gap, to your point. All amazing. I can make a case for any one of them, so I'm not hedging. I can make a case for any one of them. They're all deserving. What David Pastrnak's doing in Boston. But the unique thing about Austin is he's doing it with this many goals per game.
Sure.
Right? His goals per game average, and he's doing that. And it's pretty unprecedented. We just showed you the board. It's pretty unique for what he's doing in this era.
Do you put more value?
I put more weight on that.
Goals?
I do. I put more weight on that.
Something that hasn't been done. Yeah.
Because everybody always talks about it, right? It's like, okay, if we're watching track and field, what are we watching? 100 meter.
Yeah.
We're watching 100 meter. Who's the fastest woman? Who's the fastest man in the world, right? This is the best goal scorer in the world in hockey. So to me, I give that a slight uptick just based on the premium placed on goals.
By the way, like 2 weeks ago, he was a plus 1,200 to win the Hart. So
Wow.
he is just shooting
Sprinkle
up
in,
in the odds.
you sprinkle in a
Chum in the waters.
couple hatties.
Oh, yeah.
Throw in some hatties, a couple
Exactly.
2-goal games.
Yep.
Like that'll change
Yep.
real quick.
No
Vegas
doubt.
knows.
No doubt.
They do.
Vegas knows.
They're Vegas for a reason, right?